Hello ladies, Julia here from the Glampire, and I just want to show you this eye look today, okay? So I'm going to start with the 3D Fiber Lash Mascara. I like to start with my lashes first because I like to add more than one coat. If you're just a one coat girl, then don't worry about your lashes until the end, okay? So I've already started. As you can see, I've put the gel on and the fibers on, but I'm going to go back and reseal them with the gel now. Okay, so let me add the gel. It helps to seal in the fibers. This is step 3. You always want to remember step 3. Some people forget that, and they wonder why the fibers may fall down onto their face during the day, and it's because they forgot to seal them in. So this is probably the most important step, step 3. And it only takes a second to seal those babies in. I also like to take my time and make sure the lashes get separated in this step because I can't stand when they stick together. So I have to separate them carefully and perfectly. Okay, then I'm just going to go back on this eye. Well, for the first time, I'm going to add the gel. Go back with the fibers. This is the new fiber, so they're kind of crazy right now. And then I'm going to go back and seal it in with step 3. There's the gel again. And once you seal it in with step 3, it should be golden for the rest of the day. You won't have to worry about those fibers. And it just adds so much length and volume. It's amazing. You saw me with just one eye done. Crazy the difference that this stuff makes. Which is why I get obsessed and do more than one coat. Okay, so that's my coat for now. I want to show you what else we have for the eyes. You're going to need these 4 brushes, okay? The first one is the cream shadow brush. This is for our splurge cream shadows. These helps it to go on really smooth and evenly. Then we have our crease brush. As you can see, it has a little rounded point. Perfect to get into that V shape for your eye, okay, to shade it. Then we have these 2 brushes, the deluxe brush and the smaller version of the deluxe brush, which is the liner shader brush because it has the shader on one side and it has the little angled tip liner for the other side. Okay, so I'm going to be using these 4 brushes today. We have a few options when it comes to eyeshadows. First, we have over 30 different colors of mineral pigments. These are loose pigments. They can be put on dry with a brush, or the brush can be made wet, and it helps the pigment to pop a little bit more and the color to stand out. So very many options with that. We also have the Splurge Cream Shadow, which is a mousse-like kind of texture, and it has a shimmer to it. So these are beautiful. I'm going to use one of each of these today. We can't forget about our Moodstruck Addiction palettes. We have 3 different palettes. We have a nude palette. This is our cool, like our blacks. And then we have a purple and pink palette, which is really pretty. So all 3 palettes, so many choices to do with eyes today. Let's start with our, Elegant today. This is always my go-to with my Splurge Cream Shadow. So here's what it looks like. I'm going to grab my cream shadow brush that I showed you earlier, and I'm just going to scoop out a little bit for my eyelid. Okay? And then you just put an even coat on. As much or as little as you please. The cool thing about these splurges is they are buildable. So I can put on a really light coat, or I can go back and add a lot more. And you can see this is like a neutral color. It's like this brown or tan color. It's really cool because it just looks like you just have shimmer on, which I love. In my book, you can't have too much shimmer. That's just me. Okay, so once you get your eyelid covered, super simple, easy. Then I'm going to go back with the mineral pigments. I'm going to use Angelic. This is like a little yellow, like a cream color almost. And you have to take the pigment off and tap out a little bit into the lid. Then you're going to want to use your liner shader brush. It has a little bit of a smaller tip, and I'm just going to dab some in there and get some on my brush. And I'm going to use that as my highlighter under my brow. So we're going to highlight that. Highlight that. And then I like to bring it down into my inner corner as well. I think we could use a little bit more over here. Let's make sure it's even. Okay. Now last, you don't want to forget about your liners, okay? So we have two options for liners. We have the pencil liner that you can sharpen, or we have this liquid liner with the felt tip. That's pretty amazing as well. I'm going to use my liquid liner on my top lid. I hold it kind of horizontally, and I start probably the inner third of my eye. Don't start all the way down near the tear duct, because I want to get my line solid first. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead in and kind of connect that there. So it's pretty cool. I love that, the way that eyeliner looks. It makes your lashes look fuller at the base. Isn't that cool? Then I'm going to go back with the pencil, and this is going to be white. Okay, this is called our Pristine liner, and I'm going to line the under waterline. Forgot what it was called there for a second. My lower waterline, just going to line that. And it looks a little bit funny at the beginning because you're like, whoa, but it actually helps make your eye look bigger. So I use that to my advantage because it makes it look more open, it makes it look more awake if you have that problem like me in the morning. So I'm going to go back with my mascara and just get my lower lashes there. Add another coat. I'm just going in with the gel this time. I don't really ever put fibers on my lower lash line. It's just not something I do. You can do it if you'd like. It's up to you. Okay, but that's basically it for this eye. It's a simple eye look for today. Probably my everyday go-to look. It's really quick for me, and I love it. So those are the options you have. I got to go back and do this other eye now, but I don't want to waste your time. So please let me know if you guys have any questions, okay? See ya!